God, I'm dumb. Hey everybody, the Respiral here, and welcome back to more of Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Path. Holy shit. That took me a lot longer to get started because I didn't realise. I didn't have all the thumbnails and stuff set up, so it was still showing the thumbnail from the last stream, which was session 12, as opposed to session 13. Never mind, it's all sorted now. Right, boom. Let's do this. Oh. God, it's weird, we're seeing this from like the opposite angle. This is also weird that Courtney is actually the residing judge. How strange. Court is now in session. Is the defense ready? Of course, Your Honor. We can begin whenever you want. And it's Ray versus Franziska. The prosecution has been ready from the start, Your Honor. What on earth? Jill Crane, the attorney in charge of the defense, has passed on from this world. Furthermore, Sebastian de Best, the prosecutor in charge, has disappeared. Oh. And so, Franziska and Mr. Shields have taken over their duties. Oh. Sebastian probably disappeared after finding out that his father's a piece of shit. Basically. Before we begin, I would like to apologise for the delay of today's trial. As the crime took place in the prison, a place where justice is normally administered, and the defendant was the warden of the prison, further exacerbating the situation. Additional time was specially arranged to investigate and prepare for the trial. In addition, the defense attorney in charge of the case, Jill Crane, has recently passed away. Due to these circumstances, the trial was further delayed. Mr. Shields, Miss Von Karma. At this time, I'd like to give you my gratitude for taking up this responsibility on such short notice. Or on short notice. I guess this is the last job Courtney Pye's friend left behind for us, huh? Well, Uncle Ray is more than happy to help out. Although having said that, I only had enough time to skim through the case files. Are you okay on your end, Franny Pye? What kind of prosecutor abandons his own case and vanishes without a trace? I won't allow any more delays in this trial while we wait for that foolish man to return. I have received the evidence just now. There should be no problems continuing the trial. You have my thanks. And with that, I hereby call the defendant, Patricia Rowland, to the stand. What on earth? This is weird. Yeah. Now then, will the prosecution please give us their opening statement? Very well, Your Honor. The defendant... Please wait, Your Honor. What is it? Well, there's something I'd like you to fill me in on. Just what exactly am I doing in a place like this? Then perhaps you would do well to listen to the opening statement. So if I listen to it, I'll get it, huh? Okay then, let's hear it. That was the plan from the start. Now, if you would kindly shut up and listen. The incident occurred in the detention centre, and the prison warden Rowland is in charge of. The victim is Horace Knightley, who is being held in the detention centre. The prosecution is certain that this woman here is the culprit. This knife, the murder weapon, is the decisive Oh, I was going to say evil. Evidence. Huh? Miss Von Karma, is something wrong? That's... impossible. The evidence is... What's wrong with the evidence, Franny Pye? The evidence. The knife's gone. The chisel with Dogan's spell attached to it is missing too. What? Oh my god, this is really weird. Order, order! Prosecutor Von Karma, what is the meaning of this? I don't understand it either, Your Honor. If there's no evidence, then I suppose there's not much reason for me to be here. Some prosecutor can't even hold on to one little piece of evidence. What a dunce. I only received everything that the previous prosecutor had. It appears the culprit is that pampered prosecutor, the boy Blunder. Hey, Courtney Pye, what is it? Your Honor, considering our predicament, what say we postpone the trial until later? Of course. The defence's proposal is overruled. Eh? Corny pie. I know, right? It'd be troubling for me if this trial were to be delayed any further. I just want everyone to know that I'm innocent. As soon as possible. Innocent? I've had more than enough of your foolish... And besides, you don't have any evidence, right? I recall a certain saying. In court, evidence is everything. Wasn't it? Since there's no evidence, that would make me innocent. Isn't that right, Your Honor? That is correct. What? Oh no. The prosecution has not produced sufficient evidence to prove the defendant guilty. As such, I hereby find the defendant Patricia Rowland... Objection! Hell yeah! Hold your horses, Corny Pie. You can't just declare her innocent all of a sudden. Is something the matter? For the defense to object to a not guilty verdict? Well, I mean... even you must know that the warden over there is guilty, right? You were there with us when we found the murder weapon. Mr. Shields, a judge must remain impartial when handing down a verdict. That is why I cannot allow myself to get caught up in my own personal feelings. The person who was present when the murder weapon was discovered was not me, and the judge sitting before you now are two completely different people. Okay. You're kidding, right? I can only hand down a verdict based upon the evidence that was presented. Ah, shite. There is evidence, it's just, well, it's not here right now. But a few minutes, that's all I need. I'll find the evidence and return to court, without fail. The prosecution requests a brief recess, Your Honor. The defense would also like a recess, Your Honor. Corny Pie, please. Very well. I understand. I shall grant your request. Well, Justine, darling, aren't you wishy-washy today? It's because we know that she's not innocent. This court will now adjourn for a 15-minute recess, during which the prosecution and the defense shall prepare for the resumption of the trial. Understood, Your Honor. Whew, that was a close one. Court is now adjourned. That is strange, just to see a court proceeding go on, in a game where there's been literally none of that. I suppose it would be the equivalent of an Ace Attorney game, where you actually have an investigation going on like this. That's how weird it feels, I mean. By the way, we're in the third floor lobby. Didn't we find it together? The evidence? Yes, we certainly did. Huh? What's the matter, Detective? It looks like the metal detector is reacting to this alligator. Really? Why? It had a knife in its mouth. Duh. Of course, that's why the metal detector reacted. Judge Courtney, I'd like you to take a look at this. The chisel? Wasn't that just the fake murder weapon? Duncan hid this chisel inside his dog's mouth. And the real murder weapon was hidden in very much the same way. The real murder weapon is in the pond inside the alligator. Wonder if it was stolen by someone. Mr. Edgeworth. Who is that? Oh! We have Simon and Regina? I think it's Regina. Either way, Miss Mary and Mr. Keys. Did you come to attend the trial? I came because I heard there's a really fun show around here. So, where is it? The trial for the case I got caught up in was supposed to have already started, but... our practice ran a little late. I believe it was somewhere around here, wasn't it? Actually, two key pieces of evidence have gone missing. The chisel and the knife. The trial is in recess now. Sort of like an intermission. You just missed it, Simon. What? What's that supposed to mean? Looks like Simon's going to get arrested again. Why is she so happy? No way, I can't. I guess Simon is his usual noisy self. What the hell was that noise? Huh? I just heard it. Oh, it's Francisca. To think that I would be humiliated like this. Is she whipping Ray, or is she just, like, smacking the wall? And here comes another noisy individual. Francisca. Hey, I knew it. Now, Franny Pie. Let's just take a moment and calm down a bit. Maybe you could put that whip of yours away, What do you say? That foolish prosecutor, when I get my hands on him... My whip is going to give him the thrashing of a lifetime. Miles, why don't you try talking to her? Good grief. On that note, I guess I should probably hear what she has to say. Hey Francisco, how's it going? Oh, if it isn't former prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. Francisco, those who have abandoned the path of a prosecutor do not belong here. Now be a good boy and go home. Figure out what you want to do with your life. Oh, there we go. The trial. Still, what are you going to do, Francisca? The recess is only 15 minutes. You're always so calm and collected. Like an anchorman reading off a teleprompter. It makes me sick. I should probably stay classy and avoid a confrontation with her for now. Knightley's murder. Francisco, I never expected you to end up taking over the prosecution for this case. The bodyguard of the president of Zangfar, Horace Knightley, was murdered. The defendant is the former warden of the prison, Patricia Rowland. The knife she used as a murder weapon had been prepared as evidence. However, the murder weapon has disappeared without a trace. Not only did he abandon his own case, but he also made me look like a fool in court. Ooh! The next time I see that foolish fool of a prosecutor, I'll whip some backbone into him. I don't mind if you whip some backbone into him, but stop whipping innocent bystanders. Okay, so that's all I can say to her. Ray! Oh, I get to hear his theme! Yes! Oh, I love this song. It's so good. I'm actually turning my volume up again. Oh, yeah. Okay, looks like you got your memories back. Yeah, I'm all better now. I could probably turn it down though. Don't want it to come across on my mic track. Uncle Ray was really worried, you know. Though that other Kay was also pretty cute. Well then, now that you've recovered, how about a hug? I knew it. How about a hug for all time's sake? Nope. We need to focus on the trial right now. Yeah, things aren't looking good. So the trial. At any rate, we'll have to search for the evidence. But we can't interrupt the trial. Uncle Ray's in a pickle. If only there was someone who could find the evidence for us. That look of expectation on your face says it all. Edgeworth Law Offices? Miles, you still don't have your prosecutor's badge, right? Do you finally feel like following in your father's footsteps? I simply left it in someone else's care. I wasn't stripped of my badge. Furthermore, right now I am unable to follow in my father's footsteps. I see. Well, there's no need to rush your decision. Take all the time you need to determine the path you want to follow. In any case, the door's always open for you at the Edgeworth Law Offices. Mr. Shields. Okay. If only there was someone who could go search for the evidence for us. Fine. Very well. I'll go look for them. Oh, Miles! You'd do that for us? Of course, finding the evidence within 15 minutes will be no easy task. Well, if worst comes to worst, Uncle Ray and Franny Pie will help you stall for time. Until you recover the evidence, we won't let her hand down a verdict. Please do so. Francisca, are you okay with this? You're asking me, Francisca von Karma, to help you out? You'd be better off spending the rest of your life as an anchorman for the local news. Miss von Karma, this is an emergency. We could really use your cooperation. She's just being a stubborn bitch. I understand. As acting prosecutor, I, along with that attorney over there, shall continue this trial. Meanwhile, you, the former prosecutor, shall run around and look for the evidence. All for my sake. It's a job that suits you perfectly. I'm glad that you're on board. I'll help out too, because I really don't want to get arrested again. This sounds like fun. Regina wants to tag along too. Alright, that would be helpful. Now then, where should we begin? I think we should go find that person and hear what they have to say. Who should we talk to in order to learn where the evidence went? Sebastian! Where the hell is his profile? Ew! Look at the president's portrait. Ah, not Simon. Sebastian de Best. Yes, the person in charge of the evidence was Sebastian de Best. Ah, you mean that rookie prosecutor, right? Got it. I'll leave him to you. Alrighty. Time for Uncle Ray to have a strategy meeting with the opposing counsel. Just the two of it. Miles Edgeworth, you better not keep me waiting, lest you end up like your friend here. He's just become like a whipping boy. Yes, I'll keep that in mind. Franny Pie, wait for me! Now then, let's go help look for Sebastian as well. Hello? Miss Courtney? Ah. Judge Courtney. If it isn't Prosecutor Edgeworth. I hope that all is well. All is not well. Just what was going on in that trial earlier? Okay, there's no need for that. But, even though Miss Courtney should know exactly who the culprit is, what made you? In a court of law, the only thing that truly matters is evidence. Whatever my own feelings may be, it should not affect the verdict. So, is this the judge persona of Justice Courtney we're seeing? Justine, that's her name. Courtney's her surname. I thought Courtney was her actual name. I'd forgotten about that. We're seeing cold-blooded and heartless. It's fine if you think of me as such. Even as a judge, she's still this stubborn. Judge Courtney, there's just one thing I'd like to ask you. And what would that be? 2 nights ago, you went to the roof of the Grand Tower. The roof, you say? You met with the president there, correct? The two of you were caught on the security camera. Is there some sort of problem with that? Today, the president's body was discovered. Very close to the Grand Tower. That's... You understand now, don't you? You're a suspect. What happened between you and the president up on the roof? Nothing. We merely spoke for a few minutes. Once our business was done, I headed straight home. I took the elevator back down alone. Indeed, that was shown on the security footage as well. Or security camera footage as well. What exactly did you and the president talk about? That... I cannot say. I see. However, I cannot afford to let up just yet. That being the case, I guess my only remaining option is to use that. She is definitely hiding something, and I'm going to draw it out of her. Ah, guys, logic chess time. Against Courtney as well. This one's gonna be a pain. Alright. 2 nights ago, Judge Courtney met with President Huang. It is true that I spoke with President Huang on the roof of the Grand Tower. So she has a rook, a bishop, a knight, and a queen. Or was that a king? No, it's a queen, I think. However, we only discussed business. There was no need to tell you what was said. Just like in the trial earlier, she won't reveal her personal feelings easily. When she's speaking as a judge, it would be better for me to wait and see what develops. Now then, I'll start by asking her what she talked about with the president. Begin! Alright, what did you and the president talk about? Got an itchy ear. Could you tell me what you and the president talked about? No. My meeting with the president was strictly business. And since it has nothing to do with you, I am not obligated to answer your question. I'm an acquaintance. I appreciate your understanding. Even so, you certainly are a very busy person, aren't you? You're a member of the PIC and a judge as well. You even assist with the investigations. I am simply fulfilling the professional duties that have been assigned to me. Was your meeting with the president also one of the duties assigned to you as a judge? Yes, of course it was. I am one who lives for the law. I would never act outside my professional duties. Yeah, didn't you help me out this morning? This morning, you returned Kay's promised notebook to me. I don't believe that all of your actions are simply done for the sake of your duties. Well, that was one down. Fucking hell. It's true, it seems I still retain some immature qualities. I wouldn't call it immature, it was your own personal kindness. Weren't you also distressed when you found out that the president had passed away? Yes, it is very unfortunate. Why did he have to die? It seems he was crushed by the head of a monster called the Mighty Muzilla. Ah, excuse me. You see, Muzilla is... Is that true? You mean, the president died at the temporary Muzilla film lot? Wait, she knows of it? Yes, that's right. I'm surprised that you know about Muzilla. Yes, I'm a huge fan. Okay, I'd heard about it from Sebastian. He told me that the movie was being filmed near the Grand Tower. She seems awfully shaken up about that. And I'm also curious about Sebastian, who went missing along with the evidence. She said she wouldn't talk about the president. However, I might be able to get her to reveal her secret through another line of questioning. She is flustered beyond normal. There must be some reason behind it. Where's Prosecutor de Best? Francesca may have taken over the prosecution in Sebastian's place, however, as long as he still possesses some of the evidence, the trial cannot proceed. I intend to carry out a fair trial. If the prosecution is unable to present evidence, the defendant must be declared not guilty. Wait and see. You and the defendant are both. What? I am a judge. I cannot allow my own personal feelings to get in the way. So, you're saying you're not the least bit worried about Sebastian's whereabouts? Of course, I am. I am worried about Sebastian as well, but are you worried about anyone else? You're worried about Sebastian as well. Wouldn't that mean that there is someone else you're worried about? Oh ho ho ho. Ah. By any chance, would that person have something to do with your unnatural behaviour? That's impossible. I'm a follower of the law. I will not be swayed by personal feelings. As a judge, you're only human. It may be true that those who stand in court have a duty to follow the law. However, we're not superheroes. You and I are only human. It's impossible to completely ignore your own feelings and render an impartial judgment. Yeah, biases exist. It is as you say. As I am now, I cannot hand down an impartial verdict. Judge Courtney, why don't you tell me the truth? Just what am I supposed to do? Whoa, she's changed. For Judge Courtney to become this distraught, I should find out exactly who she is searching for. Up until now, she has been wearing the mask of a judge. This time, I should be able to draw out her true feelings. Whoa, are you searching for Prosecutor de Best? Is the person you're searching for Sebastian by any chance? When Sebastian learned of his father's true colours, he went into hiding of his own free will. I'm worried about him, but this may be a trial he needs to overcome on his own. Wait and see. Whenever she pulls out the hammer, I basically have to wait. Since he went into hiding of his own accord, he could return whenever he wanted to. Could it be the person you're searching for is unable to return under their own power? In regards to that, my lips are sealed. I'm unable to talk about it right now. When I think about what might happen to that child if I talked... Oh! Who is that child you speak of? That child? Could you tell me who you are referring to? It's nothing. Please, pay it no mind. Judge Courtney's expression has changed. It seems I've managed to uncover a clue. Are you searching for Muzilla? Are you searching for the Mighty Muzilla? I don't have the time to play along with your jokes right now. It's not a joke. Just a moment ago, you were surprised to learn that the president had been crushed by Muzilla, correct? I was simply surprised by the president's cause of death. To think that he passed away at the temporary film lot. of all places. What's wrong with how he died? What's wrong with where he died? Yeah, what's wrong with where he died? From the way you're talking, it seems you have a problem with where he died. That's not true. It's just... for the president to have passed away at a film lot, a place where dreams are made. I just thought it would be better if the movie's cast and crew remained unaware of the truth. A staff member found the body. I'm very sorry to say this. However, the movie's cast and crew are already aware of the president's death. I encountered a female staff member and John Marsh at the crime scene. No. How could it have come to this? She seems to react strongly when it comes to the staff of the Mozilla film. This could be a useful clue. So now it's who I search for. Who are you searching for? Judge Courtney, tell me who you are searching for. My lips are sealed. That is not something I can talk about right now. Let me try using that clue. Could it be that missing child? Could it be you're searching for that child who has gone missing? Since you said it was a child, I presume they're of a young age, correct? I simply cannot answer any questions about him. That boy has nothing to do with you, or the president's assassination. Let me try using that clue. Is he involved in the Mozilla movie? It'll be John. He's gone missing, I guess. He ran away. Earlier when Mozilla was brought up, it seemed to be a sensitive topic for you. Is that child you spoke of involved with the Mozilla movie? That would be a yes. How? How do you know that? You're usually so calm. You seem rather distraught right now. Please, tell me. Who is that child? I understand. If you've come to know this much, I shall prepare myself for the worst. The child I'm searching for is a boy by the name of John Marsh. John? Why do you want to know his whereabouts? Well, that much I simply cannot say. Judge Courtney, didn't you say you were prepared for the worst? I am, but I'm still a judge. Even if you don't intend to talk, I am determined to expose the truth. That is my resolve. Oh! Why is she searching for John? I must get her to tell me the reason. Are you a fan of his? Could it be that you're a fan of John Marsh? Yes, yes. That's it. That's right. I am a fan of John Marsh, the famous child actor who has been called a prodigy. You're gonna say I don't think that's true, she's just talking shit. I knew his movie was being filmed in front of the Grand Tower. So the temporary film lot had been on my mind. I see. I suppose a fan would be curious about that. Did you know that John was at the temporary film lot? Yes, of course I did. He said they would be filming there all day today, and yet... You sound like a stalker. Oh god, did you hear that from him? It almost sounds as if John himself told you personally. I doubt he would give his schedule to a mere fan. That's true, isn't it? Please, don't pay any mind to that statement. She made another slip of the tongue. She must be really worried about John. So, she has spoken with John. This could be a useful clue. Are you acquainted with him? Are you acquainted with John by any chance? He is a famous movie star. I doubt there is anyone who doesn't know who he is. I actually hadn't heard of him until I met with him today. That just proves you have much to learn. Allow me to give you a lesson. I know everything about him. What's his favourite food? I couldn't care less. My apologies. I seem to have lost my composure. You tend to lose your calm whenever the conversation turns to John, don't you? In any case, while I may know everything about John, it is a one-sided relationship. Let me try using that clue. You must have spoken with John. I understand you're worried about him, but aren't you a bit too flustered? You told me earlier that you had spoken with John. Doesn't that prove that you are indeed acquainted with him? How could I have committed such an indiscretion? It appears that John and Judge Courtney are acquaintances. God, this could be a vital clue. Where is he right now? Actually, we are searching for John as well. Would you happen to have any idea where he might be? Why would you think that I would know where he is? John and I... there is no connection between us. Let me try using that clue. You two must be acquainted, even. I don't know what kind of relationship you have with John, but at the very least, the two of you must be acquaintances. Ooh. Judge Courtney, won't you allow us to help you in your search for him? Help? No, that won't be allowed. Why? Who won't allow it? The so-called goddess of law? The person who knows where that child is. Okay, a kidnapper? Has he been kidnapped? I see. Finally, I've connected all the pieces of the puzzle. The reason why you cannot easily talk about John... it was because someone kidnapped him, isn't that right? Oh! Oh damn. Judge Courtney, I would like to hear the truth from your own lips. I understand. This time... I will truly be prepared for the worst. It's just as you deduced. Someone has kidnapped John. As I thought, there was a kidnapping. Still, how is John's kidnapping related to you in any way? John and I are... Wait, what? She's his mother? Mother and child? What? I was unable to learn much about the conversation she had with the president, but... I have learned of John's kidnapping, and that she is a mother. It was an unexpected result, but with that, it's checkmate. She's a mother? That's just strange. I definitely was not expecting that. I mean, to be fair, I don't even know how old she is. She doesn't look much older than Edgeworth, who's in, like, mid-20s, I think. What? John is Miss Courtney's son? No way! I mean, he's already so big. For him to be your... Yes, John is indeed my son. Please, look at this. So this is a clipping from a magazine. It is an article about John. Do you always carry this around with you? Yes, I always keep it close by. It's like a charm to me. It seems the bond that they share is a strong one. However, are you absolutely certain that he's been kidnapped? Yes, I received a call from the kidnapper just before the trial started. What were their demands? They had only one demand. A not guilty verdict for Patricia Rowland. I see. So that's what happened. Since there's no evidence, that would make me innocent. Isn't that right, Your Honor? That is correct. The prosecution has not produced sufficient evidence to prove the defendant guilty. As such, I hereby find the defendant, Patricia Rowland. So that's why you were going to deliver a not guilty verdict. I am not qualified to be a judge. The judge must be able to remain impartial and composed, above all else. And yet, despite this, in the trial just now, I was about to hand down a verdict that was led solely by my heart. Judge Courtney, the goddess of law must be furious with me. But I simply couldn't do it. I couldn't hand down a fair verdict. If it means I had to sacrifice my own son, or if it meant. Of course you can't. Kay, a real parent would never abandon their own child. If that makes the Goddess of Law angry, then maybe the Goddess is the one who's wrong. The Goddess is guilty. Guilty! Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Indeed. To declare a Goddess guilty. We're responsible for upholding the law, but at the same time, we are only human. Nobody would hand down a verdict that would sacrifice their own child. Thank you very much. Miss Faraday, Prosecutor Edgeworth. However, I cannot simply run away from the courtroom. Oh, okay. No. Judge Courtney, so this is where you've been. It appears it's time. Miss Courtney. My father, he was a prosecutor. Your father? Yes, he stood in court just like you. And now, with all that has happened, it got me thinking. What if my father had been in the same position as you are now? If a prosecutor was being coerced into obtaining a guilty verdict, I know if my life were on the line, my father would definitely come to steal me back. Steal you? Back? Miss Courtney, why don't you let us take care of it? What? I'm gonna go steal John back for you. As the second Yatagarasu, I, Kay Faraday, give you my word. So, the great thief Yatagarasu plans to steal the truth, huh? What say you, Judge Courtney? Will you place your trust in our young great thief? Prosecutor Edgeworth. And if it's alright with you, I wish to help as well. Thank you very much. I know that it's really not my place to ask this of you, but please, do whatever you can. Please save John. You got it. Just leave everything to us. Allow me to leave my cell phone with you. You may get a call from the kidnapper at some point. You have my word. I will ensure the safe return of your phone, along with your son. And I will do everything in my power to prolong the trial. But, even then, at most, the trial can only last for about 2 more hours. 2 hours, huh? So, until 2 PM. That's our time frame. I must return to court. Miss Faraday, Prosecutor Edgeworth. I shall leave the rest to you. Alright. Bum 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 bum. Okay, I thought you were taking a break from being the Great Thief. As of right now, the Great Thief Yatagarasu is back in business. Alright, time to put on the gloves and hit the pavement. It's my first request, after all. Is that so? In that case, we'd better begin our investigation post-haste. If we hope to track down John. Where'd he run off to? He might have just gone back home. That's right, I mean, it doesn't look like they're going to get any filming done today. Or he may have run away. We should probably begin our investigation from the front of the Grand Tower. Hey, hold it, Mr. Edgeworth. You're not the one in charge anymore. From here on out, this is a job for a great thief, which means I'm the leader now. If that's the case, then what am I supposed to do? Mr. Edgeworth, you get to be the first ever Great Thief's assistant. So, I'm a thief's assistant now. Alright, let's get going. The Great Thief Yatagarasu takes flight once again. Oh, she's so happy. Wait, do I? I'm very not confused. I'm interested. I have a massive smile on my face too. I'm curious if I'm controlling K or if I'm still playing as Edgeworth. So we're back at the Tower Plaza. Here we are, the scene of the crime. Let's get to work. No, say it with me, Mr. Edgeworth. Say what? Even in the depths of night. Oh, come on, say the rest with me. And just why should I do that? Because the Great Thief Yatagarasu has arrived on the scene. If we don't say the introduction, it just doesn't feel right. I have no intention of becoming a thief. Fine then, I'll do it by myself. So even in the depths of night, when no other bird dare takes flight, one alone soars to shine the light of righteousness on the world's blight. And that one is me, for I am the Great Thief, Yatagarasu. Yes, Kay, I know you are. I, on the other hand, am starting the investigation. You're no fun. We don't have time for fun. We only have until 2 o'clock. We need to begin making inquiries immediately. Good thing we have a photo, so we can go right ahead and start asking around. Woohoo! Oh, I'm still playing as Edgeworth. Are you... Is that Will Powers? Oh my god, it is! Holy crap, he looks... a lot more detailed. Long time no see, Mr. Edgeworth. You are... This is Will Powers. He's an action star I met in a previous case. He also played the role of the Steel Samurai, warrior of New Old Tokyo. It's been a long time. Pleased to meet you. I'm Kay Faraday, a great thief. Some stuff has happened, so now Mr. Edgeworth is my assistant. Nice to meet you. But a thief? And Mr. Edgeworth is your assistant? Please, pay it no heed. More importantly, I'd like to ask you some questions about the case. Okay. I don't know if I'll be much help, though. He's an actor who has been working with John. It may be a bit sudden, but let's hear what he has to say. Alright, about the case. I've heard that you were handling the investigation for this case, but... well, I'm not the prosecutor in charge, though. But if you're the assistant, then does this mean that Kay is in charge? No, this is just a simple You've got a good eye on you. You're completely right. She jumped at the chance. Since I am in charge here, I'd like you to answer a few questions post-haste. And please, be frank. Did anything happen to catch your eye? Okay. Oh my god, I absolutely adore this. She's acting like Edgeworth, using words he would use. Didn't you notice anything? Who is she trying to imitate? I wonder. Be frank, huh? Well, I feel sorry for the victim, but I can't help but worry about what will happen with the filming from now on. No, that's only natural. Still, I would think that filming would be difficult now. I knew it. This is bad. We can only use this location for a little while longer, too. Is the filming almost complete, then? No, but construction will begin here soon, so we won't be able to film here anymore. We're only using this vacant lot until construction begins. So the rest of the movie will be filmed at Global Studios. Things aren't looking good. There's even some people spreading bad rumours. Bad rumours? Lately a journalist has been coming by repeatedly saying, "This film lot's hiding a real monster, I reckon." Oh. There ain't no use hiding it. And stuff like that. I have a feeling I know who you're talking about. Yes, it was that photographer from before. A lot of heart. You're not actually hiding a real monster, are you? Of course not. If there really was one, I'd be out of a job. Monster movie! It seems they're putting a lot of work into this movie. That's because this is our first attempt at making a sequel to an old classic. Global Studios is pouring their heart and soul into this one. I wish they'd put that much effort into making a new Steel Samurai series. What role are you playing this time, Mr. Powers? Oh god, Powers? Bloody hiccups. I'm playing the Mighty Moozilla. Wow, you're the main character. Well, much obliged. I'm wearing a full body costume again, so my face won't be seen this time either. I see, that costume sure is cool though. I want to try wearing it too. I know, how about next time you let me get in the costume? Maybe just the horn part. That's not really possible. You can't get inside the horns. Well, I guess that makes sense. I'm not in the Screen Actors Guild after all. I don't think that's what he means. John Marsh. I'd like to ask you some questions about John. About John? I heard about it from the girl on staff. How he has suddenly vanished from right in front of you guys. That's just like him. Does he do that a lot? I'd say so. During filming breaks, if you even took your eyes off of him for a moment, he'd be gone. Ooh. Do you have any idea as to where he might have gone? I don't know, but I ran into him as he was leaving the film lot. What? Really? Where did John go? I saw him get in the trailer, but when I was checking the equipment, he was gone again. The trailer? Huh. There might still be some traces of him left behind. Mr. Powers, could you show us the trailer? Sure thing. It's a bit of a mess right now, though. Let's take him up on his offer and examine the inside of this trailer. Oh, is it this? Yeah, okay, probably that. Bum 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 bum. Hey buddy, what's wrong? Your face looks so serious. Have you picked up any passengers here today? Oh, I sure did. But it was only one group. What did they look like? It was a pair of men. They were both wearing black. Did you happen to see a small boy with them? Here's a photo of him. Nope. It was just the two guys. I understand. Thank you for your cooperation. I was hoping he would have some more information for us, but I guess not. Two men, wore black and rode in the taxi, didn't appear to have a child with them. Bum bum bum. Thank you for your hard work, Prosecutor Edgeworth. I'm not a prosecutor at the moment, but I'll keep quiet about that for now. Thank you. What are you doing here? Sir, I'm on guard duty. Then, could you tell me about the cars that have passed through here today? The only ones that came through here were that taxi and that blue truck. So, two different vehicles came through this place. This is valuable information. Cars that came through, only a taxi and a blue truck, came through the plaza this morning. Oh, there's the truck. Hey, John. Guess he's not here. This basket looks pretty suspicious to me, but it certainly does. Huh? What's wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Why are you touching the truck? The truck's body is cold to the touch. It seems to have been parked here for some time. You can figure all that out just by touching it? Considering the length of time it's been parked here, the driver must not be nearby. I suppose we won't be able to ask them any questions until they return. That looks really small. It's like a toy truck. Parked in front of the Grand Tower today, the driver wasn't inside. Right, we can go to the trailer. Pieces of film equipment have been placed here. Are you filming today? No, we had to stop filming for today. Since the box has disappeared. A box? What is he talking about? Yeah, there was some equipment in that box. I take my eyes off of it for a few seconds and look what happens. So, there's a thief among us? Exactly what was stolen? Nothing much, actually. Just the box is missing. Went missing with the trailer, only the box itself was stolen. Uh-oh. It's a box. A box probably big enough to fit a child. Yep, so that's probably what John was inside. Or where John was inside. Why would someone steal a box? Personally, I would have taken the stuff inside. They probably wanted the box more than whatever was inside it. They plan to put something inside the box? Like a small child, maybe? Oh, bugger. I mean, they examined it, but there's probably a bunch of other stuff too. Oh, I've already been through this. So where's the trailer? That's the film lot. Grand Tower. I would have assumed it was this. Unless of course it is this and I've just not realised. It probably is this. Did I just not... Oh, there we go. About John's seat. Oh, it's over there, where that backpack is sitting. Something is sticking out of the back. This is a tape. Huh? It's a tape for filming. Why does John have one? Did he film something? This might be a clue. Is there any way to check its contents? We have a monitor to look over the footage that was filmed. We can use that. No, let's see what's on the tape. This is... It looks like when John was practicing. John was practicing by himself. The monster's footprints can be seen as well, so this must have been recorded last night. does that sometimes. When he's not happy with his performance, he'll sneak onto the set to practice by himself. Wow, he really is hardworking. He sure is. Although he's young, he's a real pro. He never rests until he's satisfied. Then again, I can't say that I approve of him using the equipment without asking. John is able to operate the camera or the equipment all by himself? More or less, if it's just basic filming. Huh? What's wrong? Why isn't John on the screen anymore? I think he ran off somewhere just a few seconds before this. Did he go somewhere while the camera was still recording? The tape ends here. It looks like this was all that was recorded. No one else was on camera except for John. So John's practice video, recorded last night, shows John practicing by himself. Monster's footprints can be seen. It's already 12:30. I wonder how much Courtney and the others are holding up. How long will they be able to prolong the trial? We gotta hurry and find John. Indeed. Oh, heck no! That ain't how it's done. Oh my god, it's those two. Laura and Nicole. You ain't gonna catch a scoop like that. Sorry, Chief. What am I always telling you? We're beasts. Scoop eating animals. It's scoop or starve, no story, no glory. You gotta get fired up. Yes sir, as expected of my mentor. Oh my god. They're here. It's those noisy reporters. Hey, they came here too. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's go talk to him. Good grief. If we must. It's Nicole! If it ain't Mr. Edgeworth. So we meet again. Miss Swift. Why are you here? You were set up as the suspect for the murder. Still, your involvement with the fake assassination plan remains a fact. You'll have to submit a police questioning later. You should know that there's still a possibility you may be charged with some crime. For some reason, my questioning was stopped all of a sudden. After a while, they just let me out and told me I could go home scot-free. Must be some kind of message, saying I need to keep on doing my best out there, I reckon. Well, they did give me a pretty stern warning not to reveal anything about the case. In the official statement released to the public about the assassination attempt. Miss Swift was not involved. That must have been the reason why they let her go. But Mr. Edgeworth, attempting to silence Nicole like this. It's like trying to plug a leaky dam with your bare hands. She was quick to say something so harsh. I quickly put together the full details of everything I knew about the case. Sprinkled in some of my own dramatizations, and brought the article in to a publisher. But for some reason, I haven't gotten any replies yet. Were they pressured to keep quiet, or were her dramatizations simply too much? Both are probable, so I'm not sure which is true. Collecting info. What information were you trying to collect here at the Grand Tower? Mr. Edgeworth, you still don't get it, do you? If you want to ask a reporter a question, you gotta give her something first. Give me information that can be used in an article. Bingo! Give me some info. That'll make for a good article. If you ain't got something like that, I guess we won't be talking. We also need some information about John. Let's show her that piece of evidence and try asking about him. Okay, so... the photo? Miss Swift, I'm sorry, but about this photo. You ain't gotta say it, I know exactly what's going on. What do you mean? You're searching for him, ain't you? That boy? What? Things are still pretty tough for you, I see. Miles Edgeworth, the man of crime. Wherever he goes, dead bodies are sure to follow. Or something like that. That's a terrible reputation to have. Who would have thought, this time, there'd be a kidnapping incident? What? How'd you know that? Shh, shush. Could you keep it down a little? This material is top secret. I ain't even told my mentor about it yet. You're gonna keep it a secret for me. If she finds out, I'll be a goner. Why do you know? Judge Courtney should have only told us. I ain't telling that to anyone. Not even you, Mr. Prosecutor. It seems this reporter still hasn't learned her lesson. You can give me the stink eye all you want, I still ain't telling. Okay, top secret material. Do you know something about it? Truth is, I done saw it myself. A boy being taken away by a couple of men in black. There we go. Nicole witnessed John being taken away by some men in black. Holy shit. What? Where'd they go? That I don't know. They were too far away, so I lost sight of them. Darn it. But at least we know what the criminals look like. Yes, a pair of men in black. They also used the taxi. Alright, logic time! Whoa, whoa. Wait, cars that came through. We have two men in black. There we are. Whoosh. We've now collected some testimony regarding the culprits. Miss Swift says she saw two men slip away with John. Furthermore, the taxi driver says he picked up two men in his taxi. They must be the same guys. It seems likely, however, there is still a problem. According to the taxi driver, the two men were alone. John wasn't with them. When the men who took John got in taxi, there were only two of them. Yeah, so John wasn't with them. As I've said... Yeah, you're right. That is a problem. John wasn't with them, but they did steal a box. They stuffed him in a box. What assholes. What if the kidnappers stole the box? You mean they... Exactly. They took it in order to carry John inside it. John's a tiny kid after all. Then, the reason the taxi driver didn't see John was because... It's likely he was put in the trunk as the kidnappers' luggage. But... why did they need to go through all the trouble of hiding him? At first, the kidnappers must have intended to abduct him without being seen. However, they didn't anticipate all the policemen in the plaza. I see. If they tried to just walk away with him, they would have been spotted. Just the mere presence of policemen would have been a sizable threat. I get it. In that case, we gotta ask the taxi driver where they went to. Did the two men you told us about earlier have any luggage with them? Yeah, they stuffed a huge box into the trunk. Then that's it. Those guys must be the kidnappers. Do you remember where you took those men? Sounds to me like something serious has gone down here. If you'd like, I could take you to the same place I took them. Let's do it, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, thank you for your help. No problemo. So leave it to me. Yeah! Oh my god, I'm not even halfway through this. This has been a lengthy part, for sure. We're at question marks. Oh, that taxi drove way too fast. I don't feel too good. Mr. Edgeworth, are you alright? Your face is really pale. I'm fine. The driver said they came to this house's garage. This must be where those two men brought the box. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, look at the nameplate on the door. Nameplate. What? Blaze to best. So this is the chairman's house? Does that mean the one who kidnapped John was Blaze to best? Blaze should have already been arrested, though. The garage door is unlocked. Was it Sebastian? You really do have a good eye for this sort of thing. Oh wow. It smells like motor oil. Maintaining that motorcycle must be Blaze's hobby. Excuse me, we're coming in. Anybody home? Doing something like this, it's as if we're a couple of petty thieves. Shh, be quiet. Right now, we're great thieves. Have some self-awareness. She scolded me. Nobody's here. For now, it looks like we can get through this without being arrested. This isn't the time to be relieved. Now the real deal begins. Let's go look for treasure. We are looking for John, not treasure. Okay, so, first and foremost, some gloves. I found something good. These are mechanics gloves. You wear them during vehicle maintenance, or when you're working with machinery. They're covered in dust. Oh, they look really stained with motor oil. However, they are also horribly stained with dirt. Could the gloves have gotten this dirty just from maintaining the bike? I don't really like blades, but these gloves are pretty cool. Ah, I've just realised what the left hand glove says. It's death. Yeah, it's got a letter on at the end of each finger. Do you think we could come up with some reason to take these with us? When you say it like that, it makes it hard for me to take them as evidence. Mechanic gloves, normally used for bike maintenance, heavily stained with dirt. And of course we have the box. This large box. This must be it. This is probably the box that Mr. Powers said had been stolen. So John was stashed in this box and then transported all the way here. Please don't talk about people as if they are objects. However, if that's the case, there's also a possibility that John is still somewhere in this garage. Okay, let's go look for him. Our honour as a great thief and her assistant depend on it. Good grief. Can't really examine anything else. Could examine the bike, but I can examine the wall too. There are large tools hanging on the wall, such as a sledgehammer and a shovel. It's a lot bigger than the gavel Miss Courtney carries around. If I ever become a judge, I want my gavel to be this big. Swinging such a huge gavel in court would be intolerable. Please don't. Aww. Then I'll just swing the shovel that's beneath it instead. That has no business being swung in court or elsewhere. Please don't. Oh dear. There's someone inside. Thump thump. Thump thump. Crash. Is it John? John, we're coming to save you. This is... Sebastian? Oh, whoa! You're Sebastian. What? Why? This is Blaze's house, remember? That would mean... Yes, it should also be Sebastian's house. So then, why is he... Okay, go help him out. What happened? If it has to do with ropes, just leave it to care. Here I go. A little pull over here, and a quick tug over there. You alright, Sebastian? He looks a little worse for wear. Why were you tied up in a place like this? How should I know? You guys don't know anything about me. It's because we don't know. That's why we're asking you. He's completely shut off his heart. Indeed. If it's come to this, I suppose I have no choice but to use that. No, you mean, I hate to do this when he's in such a fragile state. It's like kicking a man who's down. Will it be alright? His mind might break if you corner him too much, you know. Yes, I am aware of that. I will try to be careful. Good grief. I wonder how this will turn out. I've never held back against anyone before. Oh. Chess. Really? After running out of the meeting room this morning, why would you be here of all places? You guys, you don't know how I feel. Holy shit, he has 5 pieces. He's gone through a lot of shock. He must be on the verge of an emotional breakdown. Can't be helped. At times like this, I must quietly listen to what he has to say. Aww. No one tells me anything. I'm always the only one being left out like an idiot. Try to answer his questions as best I can. Considering how fragile he is, I won't have much time to spare. Okay. Aww. I'll need to ask about his true feelings and try to calm him down post-haste. Logic chess, begin. Whoa, you're a failure as a person. Tell me what's on your mind. Could you please tell me what's on your mind? I don't wanna. It's not like you'd listen to me anyways. Wait and see. What's wrong? Normally you'd be shouting, "Objection," right about now. You serious? You're really gonna listen to what I have to say? I can understand the shock you went through after what happened with your father. It wasn't just Pops. This morning, I lost everything. Oh, you poor baby. Wow, he could be a complete dick. Everything I have was given to me by Pops. Tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, just what am I supposed to believe in? Yourself. If you can't believe in others, then at least believe in yourself. You'll need to gain experience on your own, but if you require wisdom, I can lend you a hand. Ever since I got locked up, I've been thinking, am I too inculpable to be a prosecutor? Incapable? Which one is it? I believe it's incapable. I believe incapable is the word you are looking for. Judging your own ability is not an easy task. Sebastian, little by little, you are growing. Sebastian, would you tell me your side of the story? I understand. What should I talk about? It seems to have calmed down slightly. I'd like you to tell me everything you know about the kidnappers. Yay! Now then, tell me what you heard and saw. Who kidnapped you? Why were you tied up in your own home? Why were you tied up in your own home of all places? That's what I'd like to know. I'm the victim here. How would I know? I was really scared being locked up alone, you know? Did your abductors happen to say anything to you? I don't really get it, but one of them said, "Don't blame us, blame the owner of this house." Isn't the owner Blaze the Best? The owner of this house, wouldn't that be Blaze the Best? Oh! Huh? Pops? I get it. Someone who hates Pops must have taken me hostage. No, considering the situation, that seems unlikely. The connection between Blaze and the kidnappers. This could be a useful clue. Right, so who kidnapped you? Do you have any idea who the kidnapper could be? Of course I don't. If I did, I would have told you already. Let me try using that clue. Blaze was behind the kidnapping. A kidnapper can easily use his own home to hold someone captive. Sebastian, you were kidnapped by your own father. Oh wow, it's getting worse for him. What? It can't be. Was he going to kill me because I was a nuisance? Maybe. Of course not. Would there be any reason for him to take your life? If his son was found dead in his own garage, Blaze would be suspected immediately. I see. Then, why was I kidnapped? Kidnapping his own son, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't be after any ransom money. There must be some other reason why Blaze ordered the kidnapping. This could be a useful clue. Okay, so who kidnapped you? Oh, right, yeah, whoops. I thought I did as soon as I chose it. Do you know the kidnapper's objective? Do you know what the kidnapper's objective was? What are you saying? What else would a kidnapper want besides a ransom? Let me try using that clue. Blaze had another objective. Kidnapping his own son in order to demand a ransom wouldn't make much sense. Yeah, you're right. Did you notice anything strange when you got kidnapped? Ooh. As soon as I answered their question, they just took me away. What did they ask you? They asked you a question? Tell me what they asked you. Don't glare at me like that. I think they asked me, do you know Courtney? I see, the pieces of the puzzle are starting to fall into place. Blaze, and the kidnappers did not intend to kidnap you. Their objective was John Marsh. They were only planning to kidnap Judge Courtney's son, in order to have Patricia Rowland declared not guilty. Justine had a son, and Warden Rowland gets declared not guilty? I suspect the kidnappers mistook you for John Marsh. Well, all of this was just a mistake? Wait. Maybe that's why back then. Did you just remember something? No, it's nothing. I'm useless anyways. Leave me alone already. This is bad. He might be at his emotional limit. I must get him to tell me what he remembers. Or what he remembered, and try to calm him down as well. Oh wow. This is good. I also really like the music. It must have been quite traumatic. I'll need to help him get back on his feet. What did you remember? What did you remember just now? I didn't remember anything. About that guy. About Blaze. Would that guy happen to be Blaze? Darn it! So this is the difference between me and someone who earned his prosecutor title. I've been wanting to ask you, why did you become a prosecutor? What does it matter? I'm not fit to be a prosecutor anyway. Say something. You must have some reason for choosing this path, right? No, it's not like that. It wasn't anything special. I became a prosecutor for a really insignificant reason. Oh, it was because he just wanted... he just wanted his father's approval. It was just a personal reason. Just like you, I too became a prosecutor for a personal reason. Huh? Is that true? But you're a really successful prosecutor. I'm sure that Pops, the PIC chairman, would have been more proud of you than me. You wanted your father's approval? I see. So you wanted your father's approval. I thought that if I became the best prosecutor, he'd be proud of me. That's why I just wanted to help out Pops as much as I could do. Or as I could. Would you happen to be protecting your father? What? I don't have any reason to protect someone like him. Didn't you want to help your father? You want to help out your father as much as you could? Just once. I only wanted to be useful to Pops just this once. That way, I could help him regain his reputation. Or repetition. I think you mean reputation. You seem to be mixing up your words again. The word you're looking for is reputation. No one's ever told me that before. Your father, who has strayed from his path, continues to add to his crimes. Even knowing that, do you truly want things to stay the way they are? But, in that case, just what am I supposed to do? You should triumph over your father, who has treated you like a fool. You must stop Blaze before he commits another crime. I never thought of it that way. I want to triumph over Pops. Somehow it seems he has calmed down once again. Now's my chance to ask him about Blaze's secret. I'll give Sebastian the courage to stand up to his father. So what's Blaze and Patricia's connection? Was there some connection between your father and Patricia Rowland? I'm sorry, I don't really know. Every tiny bit helps. Can you remember anything at all? I think sometimes they would interact with each other during work, but... was there something else? But, is there something else on your mind? Apparently, Pops is the one who recommended Rowland to be the warden. Oh? Was there a reason for Blaze to recommend her? Probably because, unlike me, Pops actually cares about her. Because nobody likes you at all. Jesus. Yeah, you can be a right dick as Edgeworth. Well, Pops has known her since he first became the chief prosecutor, after all. What was he like when he was the chief prosecutor? Oh, Pops was amazing. He looked over every single piece of evidence that went through the prosecutor's office. He looked over every single piece of evidence. This could be a major clue. So where's the evidence for the trial? It seems that the evidence regarding Patricia Rowland never made it to trial. It's the duty of a prosecutor to watch over the evidence. Did you take care of it properly? That's not it. Just listen to what they have to say. Okay. I thought I would keep it in the safest place I knew. Ugh, what have I done? He seems to have become unsettled again. I suppose I should lend him a hand. Did you give the evidence to Blaze? The place you thought would be the safest? Would that have been in Blaze to Best's hands? Oof. He told me that it would be safer if he took care of the evidence. I'm sorry, but he has betrayed your trust in the worst way possible. Pops, why would he want to hide the evidence? To leave the trial undecided. Basically, Blaze's objective was to have Warden Rowland found not guilty by obscuring the truth. Sebastian, you were used by your father. Again. Oof. It's possible that Blaze the Best has the evidence with him. Furthermore, we still have no idea where John is. I must return to my investigation post-haste. However, this is all my fault. What am I gonna do now? Seeing him like this, I can't just leave him be. He's still suffering in the gap between his ideal and reality. He will never move on until he figures out how to live his own life. Sebastian is about to face his greatest trial. Perhaps this is fate. I should give him the push forward that he needs. So what are you going to do now? Will you walk the same path as your father? Will you continue to ignore the truth just like your father? Please, stop it already. I don't want your putty. Just leave me alone. I believe you mean pity. I believe pity is the word you're looking for. Oh, really? I also have my own reasons for wanting to speak with you. There was a time when I too did not seek the truth and continued to run away from it. However, thanks to a certain friend, I was able to realize my mistake. That's nice. You're lucky, Mr. Edgeworth. I don't have anyone like that. I'll show you the way. If you have the courage to stand up, I will show you the way. What? Only if you have the will for it, though. I don't want to be like Pops. So, he wants to surpass his own father. I understand his feelings clearly now. Will you continue to be a prosecutor? Do you still intend to continue as a prosecutor? I don't really know. It's not like I became a prosecutor on my own. Because of that, do I even have the right to continue being a prosecutor? Decide that for yourself. Whether or not you continue as a prosecutor is something you must decide for yourself. Only you can determine your path in life. I don't want to stop being a prosecutor, because if I give up now, I know I'm going to regret it for the rest of my life. So, he wants to continue to live as a prosecutor. I shall keep his will in mind. Sebastian says that he wants to surpass his father and continue to be a prosecutor. In other words, he wants to be a different prosecutor from his father. It's the first answer he's arrived at on his own. I'm sure if he has the will, he'll find the way, or his way. What are you gonna do now? What do you plan to do from here on? First, I'm returning this red jacket. I'm not fit to wear it. Clothes fake the man. I think that's what Pops used to say. He knew all along I was a fake. It's clothes make the man. It's not fake. The saying is clothes make the man. You are what you wear. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. I've learned something new, yet again. Yes, all you have to do now is to become a prosecutor who is fit to wear that jacket. Yeah, I'll do my best. That way no one will ever make fun of me again. But, how can I get people to accept me? What do I do? I don't know what to do. For goodness sake. Don't you remember your own words? Perhaps his own will can show him the way. You don't want to be like your father. There. As a prosecutor, didn't you want to walk a different path from your father? Certainly, the path you have chosen is not an easy one. Nevertheless, you still chose to live as a prosecutor. In that case, it should be clear to you what you need to do. Whew. I still question how I live my life to this day. But you, Sebastian, have found your own answer. So believe in yourself, prosecutor the best. Hey! He was mistaken for John and kidnapped by Blaze's underlings. After his father stole his evidence, he lost his confidence as a prosecutor. The emotions he is going through must be more painful than anything I could imagine. Fucking Jesus. Poor Sebastian. It's taken longer than I thought, but with that, it's checkmate. That was a lengthy one. Holy shit. Darn it. I feel really bad for Sebastian, honestly. He was a super annoying character, but now you actually feel sorry for him. He's been fucked over by so much. He dashed out of here at full speed. It seems if there's one thing he's the best at, it's running away. Have we got all the evidence? Oh, Christ. So we're back at the Tower Plaza. Curses! Foiled again! We're running out of time. We should check in with Mr. Shields. I'd also like to know what the situation is like on their end. But Mr. DeBest ran off again. We'll just give them the new information we discovered. Franziska will take his place. I wonder if that's going to be enough. It can't be helped. Since he ran away, there's nothing more we can do. I guess I'll just say it again. If there's no murder weapon, you can't prove the defendant is guilty. Oh my god, really? Just because we don't have the murder weapon doesn't mean the defendant is innocent. It seems you wish to taste the sting of my whip. Mr. Attorney, this trial, how much longer will it take? Because it feels like it hasn't gone anywhere at all for a good while now. Well, sorry, but that stubborn prosecutor over there just doesn't seem to understand. Until I am satisfied... This whip will lash out at you as many times as I see fit. By now she's probably whipped me once for every year I've been alive. Miles, what's taking you so long? Even though we're just stalling for time, Uncle Ray can't keep this up much longer. Whoops. Excuse me, phone call. Mind if I take this? I will allow it. Mr. Shields? Oh, Miles, it's you! How's it going over there? We found Sebastian. Oh! And the knife and chisel? It seems he handed the evidence over to Blaze the Best. It's very likely that Blaze knows the whereabouts of the murder weapon. Ex-chairman DeBest? But why would Blaze... That I don't know yet. However, there may be some hidden connection between Patricia Rowland and Blaze. Gotcha. In that case, I'll issue a Oh, pardon me. Is that Sabona? Sabona. Subpoena. Something like that, I don't fucking know. For Blaze the Best right away. Oh, I didn't mean to call it a boner. I'll grill him personally. I will continue to search for the missing evidence. And for John as well. Try to hurry it up, would you? We're at our wit's end over here. It feels like the verdict could be handed down at any moment. Understood. Boo, boo, boo. How much longer can Judge Courtney's heart hold out? I know she's in a lot of pain. I've got to hurry. We can't really do anything. Not where the bloody evidence is. So, how's the trial going? Blaze will be taking the stand. I don't know how things will turn out. Well, how things will turn out, though. He'll do anything, from hiding evidence to kidnapping. He really is nothing but trouble. He's a penis. I agree. We should probably take another look at the evidence concerning him. Okay, leave it to me. First, here's the latest evidence fresh from the scene. They're the gloves from earlier, although I am certainly curious about them. Anything else? The case files from the IS-7 incident, if I recall. Blaze was also involved in this, right? Indeed, he was involved in destroying the evidence. For now, let's keep this on hand. So we have the IS-7 incident documents. Now then, is there anything else? Of course, last but not least, we've got this. This is the Utica Ross's badge. Okay. I'm talking about things related to Blaze. Please be serious. But aren't you always going around presenting random evidence to Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, that's great. No, well, that's... Oh, that was really good. Isn't that... Sebastian? What are you doing here? Whoa! He ignored us. He came out of the Grand Tower. What's he doing in there? Let's go investigate what Mr. Best was up to. Yes, let's go. The hatch is open. It might be Mr. DeBest who opened it. Did Sebastian come in here? Mr. Edgeworth, over there. The safe's open. Did he come here to open that? Let's examine it thoroughly. Okay. Bum. Oh my god, it's the evidence! Well, actually, no, it isn't. There's only part of it. There's a ring, from looks of things, a letter, and a chessboard. There's something inside the safe. Let's go ahead and have a look. There are some documents in here. It's just a bunch of papers and... Huh? There's a photo in here too. This is a picture of... Huh? That's Mr. Knightley. Horace Knightley, the President's bodyguard. Why is his picture here? And what are all these papers for? I don't know. We will have to read the documents to find out. I'm all but certain there is a connection between Knightley and Dogan. Dogan's chess partner, whose identity remained unknown until now, was actually Knightley all along. That is proof enough. Tomorrow, I shall interrogate him in the Warden's office. I'll get him to confess that he's one of Dogan's henchmen. Right, so that's Patricia's letter. I was reading it as if like, okay, does it matter? Knightley is dead. That thing he laid to rest near the flower bed 12 years ago. You simply must retrieve it. This seems to be a report about Knightley. Not to mention, it was apparently written before Knightley was killed. Yeah, because he was killed there. Horace Knightley was murdered while he was being interrogated in the Warden's office. Judging from the contents, this document was probably written by Patricia Rowland. I knew it. The question, however, is who this report was addressed to. Ah, the owner of the safe is... the conductor, Blaze DeBest. So this proves that Miss Rowland and Blaze are connected. Indeed. However, it's not just the two of them. Huh? Blaze DeBest and Patricia Rowland were searching for Dogan's henchman. Sirhan Dogan, that dog-loving assassin. This means that there is a hidden connection between the three of them. I wonder what it could be. I don't know, but it must be related to this case. A report on Knightley's connection with Dogan by Patricia Rowland to Blaze DeBest. What else? Oh, there's some other stuff in there. Oh, in here that I remember seeing. Oh, that's what it's from. There's something on his finger. Let's have a closer look. Oh, it looks like an expensive ring. Don't steal it. But I didn't do anything yet. It's Horace Knightley's... the chessboard and the ring. All of his possessions are inside the safe. So basically, all of this stuff is evidence from the prison case. Correct. Then the knife and the chisel that vanished might be here too. Let's see. Mr. Knife, Mr. Chisel... they're not in there. I guess this is all just Mr. Knightley's stuff. I see. That's too bad. Horace Knightley is dead. Edgeworth! This game isn't over yet, you hear me? However, the game is not over yet. Unless I can see it through to its end. So a ring and a chessboard found inside the safe. Yeah. So what else is there? Not much. There's the walkie-talkie that Shelley de Gillia called us on. Yeah, I don't think there's much else there. Young lady, good sir. Might I interest you in some cotton candy? Oh god, is this the killer? Oh god, it is. There's also ice cream, if that is what you'd prefer. Yeah, it's the killer. You! Shelley de Killer. It's good to see you are well, Mr. Edgeworth. What are you doing in a place like this? As you can see, I am selling cotton candy. Would you care for some heavenly cotton candy? Even sweeter than death. One bite will send you straight to heaven. That's definitely not something I'd want to buy from Tequila. The meaning of my message. Have you understood it? I congratulate you on resolving the case, however, can you truly say in good conscience that it has been solved? Have you been spying on us this whole time? Spying? Heavens, no. I was simply watching over you. While disguised as a cotton candy salesman. Isn't that the exact same thing? What is this man's objective? Were you the one who murdered the president? No. The contract with my client has already expired. President Huang is a bit of a celebrity in the world of assassins, you see. Over the years, many attempts on his life were made, and yet he stubbornly lives on. He is a robust man surrounded by flawless security. He even employs body doubles. Robust? That president? Rotund seems to be more apt. However, it seems this time the president's security wasn't exactly flawless. Mr. Rook had only just prevented your previous assassination, but this time, I did not kill him. It is not my principle to kill needlessly. I'm also grateful to Rook, a worthy adversary who was connected to me by fate. Thanks to that man, I did not kill a target, who had no value to be killed. Thanks to Rook preventing the assassination, what does he mean? My client deliberately gave me a false target. It was a betrayal most foul. I'm now searching for my client. In all likelihood, it is the same person you are looking for. Is he saying that his client murdered the president? Just who is this person you are referring to? I myself am not allowed to say. It would be a violation of the rules. I cannot disclose the identity of my clients, for to do so would create a problem of trust with my other clients. This is precisely why I am personally searching for them myself. What are you going to do when you find your client? Of course, they shall be rewarded with a punishment most befitting of a traitor. What? That person... what'll happen to them? I will leave that up to your imagination. It certainly won't be anything pleasant. Oh yes, I will tell you just one more thing. 3 days ago, Sirhan Dogan escaped from prison. What? Really? Not good. 3 nights passed. Dogan's solitary cell was found vacant. It was almost as if he knew I would come pay him a visit. He visited Dogan's cell? Could it be that the person the killer is searching for is... Dogan? Well then, if you'll excuse me, I must be going. Let us both do our best in tracking down that person. What on earth? So, the killer and Dogan. These 2 assassins. This sound is... Mr. Edgeworth, Judge Courtney's cell phone is ringing. Could it be John? Mr. Edgeworth, how are you doing? It sounds like they're using a voice changer. Who is this? Someone you've been searching for. The one in the red hood. The red hood? Oh god, I hate that image. So creepy. Are you the person who ambushed Kay? Brilliant deduction. I'd expect no less from a prodigy prosecutor such as yourself. Mr. Edgeworth, I want to listen in on this too. Very well. I'll put it on speaker. Well, I must say that I didn't expect the girl to get amnesia. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Well, that's not all, you see. Perhaps I should let you in on this, Mr. Edgeworth. Actually, I was the one who ordered Blaze the Best to kill Jill Crane. What? This must be the person who Keller spoke of. I really should thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You have no reason to thank me. Oh, you haven't noticed? My, that's troublesome, you know. I wanted you to catch Blaze for me, so I took dear little care. What? If Kate was suspected, I knew you would investigate the case. And I was sure that the great Miles Edgeworth would be able to catch Blaze. It was all according to my plan. And you know, I get the feeling that you have the wrong idea, so let me clear something up. Blaze the Best wasn't the one who kidnapped Miss Courtney's son. Why do you know about the kidnapping? You and Miss Courtney are really quite alike, you know. She even came to visit you in the detention center, and got all friendly with you. How could this person know something like that? Judge Courtney was supposed to have visited me using the detective's name. I bet you're wondering how I knew about the kidnapping, right? It's quite simple, really. It's because darling little John is in my care right now. What? Huh? You seem surprised. If only I could see the look on your faces. Quickly, little Kay. You have to hurry and steal him back. You wouldn't want to tarnish the Atagarasu's name on your first job, would you? You even know it's my first job? Why does this person know everything in so much detail? Well, I suppose I can't blame you for your mistake. It seems Blaze was after John as well, you see. So there were 2 kidnappings. You're such a fool, you know. Wait a minute. Who the fuck was it that constantly said you know and you see? Oh no! It's someone from a previous case, but I can't bloody put my finger on it. It's such a shame, you know? Such a shame, you see? Fuck. Oh, I really don't know. Kidnapping his own son instead. Is John there with you? If he is, then I would like to hear his voice. He's here, but I'm afraid I can't do that. You see, he's asleep right now. In that case, there's no way for us to know if you really kidnapped John or not. I suppose you don't have to believe me if you don't want to. What is your objective? Is it to get Patricia Rowland declared not guilty? A not guilty verdict, eh? I couldn't care less about that. So his objective is different from Blaze's. I think I'll keep my objective a secret for now. Well then, I must be going. I hope you enjoy yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh my god, I need to Google this. But if I do, I can't use the emulator. Don't think you can get away with this. So, hang on. I really want to just know who the character is. If I can. I'm just doing, like, you know... You see. Who said it? Who was it? Oh my god, I don't remember who it was. Due to the fact it says, you know, and you see all the time. So the matters, you know. Fuck, who was it? Oh, I don't remember. Hang on. Ugh. Either way, then come and get me, I'll be looking forward to it. Right, I just wanna... So, you know... Yeah, I don't know. There was a character that constantly said it in one of the previous cases, I'm certain. But I don't know who it is. That is, if you can bring me to justice, but I highly doubt that. Oh dear. Boom. Sound like a gunshot. Or did he just drop the phone? Mic drop. Oh my god. Who in the world was that? I don't know. We don't have enough information. Darn it, we're totally clueless. Meanwhile, they seem to know everything about us. Know everything about us? Okay, you're right. Thinking about it, it is strange. How does a culprit know so much about us? It's so weird. I mean, they even know about the kidnapping. We must figure out how the culprit was able to obtain that information. I must recall. What exactly did that person know? Really quite alike. So basically from case 4 onwards. That's it! By analysing our conversation with the culprit. I figured it out, Kay. I know the source of this person's information. What, really? In all likelihood, this person probably planted a bug on us. More specifically, on Kay. I believe it's highly likely that we have been bugged. But bugged? If you recall what that person said, they only know some information. You seem surprised. If only I could see the look on your faces. If they couldn't see our faces, that means they weren't taking our pictures or following us. Then they must have planted a bug somewhere. Could it be in my stuff? Was there anything they could have had... Was there anything they could have had a chance to bug? There must be a hint somewhere in our conversation just now. That's right. That person knew something they shouldn't have. The conversation between Judge Courtney and myself, in the visitor's room. Judge Courtney! Hush. Please, have a seat. The only evidence I had with me at the time was... Where was the bug planted? Can I actually check it? Oh. Okay, they haven't actually planted it. Oh, it's not on this, anyway. Unless... No, that's just the clip. Alright, I can present, and then find it. I guess. It would be on the back of it. Okay, may I see your badge? Mayatagarasu's badge? No way. But why not? Mr. Edgeworth, just because you became a great thief's assistant doesn't mean you're ready to wear this badge yet. That's not it. It's very likely that a bug was planted in it. What? In my badge? Let's take a closer look. Okay, now we do this. Where? Oh, now I can examine the back. You're an anus. Is that the bug? Oh! I didn't realize it opened up. Ah, this is... It seems I was right. Yatagarasi's badge, data updated in my organizer. Kay's always wearing it, a bug was planted in it. What a dick. How did you know? The person had been in contact with you. You mean when I was knocked unconscious? Yes, that's why I thought one of your possessions might have been bugged. However, that person also overheard my conversation with Judge Courtney. Even though that conversation took place in the visitor's room with just the two of us. So you were holding on to it at that time. Exactly. All the other evidence had been taken away from me. Only the Yatagarasi's badge remained with me. So this creep's been listening in on us the whole time? Indeed. That must be how they knew about all the information we collected. Does that mean they're also listening in on this conversation? Most likely. Hey, Buster. Kay. Eavesdropping is for cowards. Why don't you come out here and fight us fair and square? We heard a big old bang. What was that sound just now? Nicole! Ow. Huh? That's Nicole. What a fool. Honestly, y'all scared the bejesus out of me. Your voice was so loud there, little missy. I'm so surprised I don't fell flat on my behind. I'm sorry. What were you getting so riled up for? You gotta hear this. It really grinds my gears. Yes, yes. Okay. Please just leave it at that. Unless you want to make tomorrow morning's headlines. Ah, that was close. Ah, shucks. Don't be such a stick in the mud. What's wrong with letting a gal open her heart and spill the beans? For now, I'll turn the bug off. There we go. For the person in the red hood. So, did you find the kidnappers? Miss Swift, was the boy you saw being kidnapped this boy in the photo? Nope, they ain't nothing alike. He had a more stupid looking face, and was wearing a collared school uniform. I thought so. Yet again, we were led astray by this woman's testimony. We'll have to conduct our investigation all over again. Great. So, we're back where we started. Are there any new leads? Oh, fuck, we're running out of time. There's only 20 minutes left until 2 o'clock. Will we be able to make it in time? Nicole! Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, about that phone call just now. Wasn't there a strange sound at the end? A strange sound? Yeah, there was like a boom. Like he dropped the phone or an explosion. Don't think you can get away with this. Then come and get me. I'll be looking forward to it. That is, if you can bring me to justice. But I highly doubt that. Yeah, there. Boom. Now that you mention it, it sounded like an explosion. Sound of an explosion was heard during the call from the kidnapper. Might be a hint to establish the culprit's whereabouts. I see. The sound of an explosion, eh? I would appreciate it if you stopped eavesdropping on us. Mr. Prosecutor, you're as stingy as ever. First, let's see what she has to say. Also, I was hoping to do 2 of these chapters, but it seems I'm only going to get to do 1 of them. Yeah, it's nearly been 2 hours. A whole lot longer than I thought. All my hard work's helped move the case forward. I reckon it's all in a good day's work. I'm not so sure about that. We've been chasing after an entirely different person. Indeed, it seems she did not properly examine the photo earlier. What now, was my info really all that bad? No, some of the blame also falls on us for relying on a dubious information source. It's time for us to regroup and start over. Could you hold on a sec? If you think I'm staying quiet after being called a dubious source, you got another thing coming. Fine then, guess I'll just have to tell you about the scoop I've been saving. You've been saving a scoop? The scoop. Although I'm not expecting much, let's hear it. What is this scoop of yours? It's Muzilla. I have decisive evidence that the mighty Muzilla exists. Okay, let's go, Kay. Hold up. I'm being serious. Y'all might not believe it, but it's true. We don't have much time, but I guess there's no other way. would this decisive evidence of yours be something you recorded on that tape recorder? That's right, Oh, that's Mr. Edgeworth for you. You're good at figuring things out, aren't you? It's the sound of Mozilla spewing out fire. This place nearly became a sea of flames. If you say so. Don't make that face. If you think I'm lying, then have a listen for yourself. Ready? Here comes a flame. How was that? Hard to tell over your shouting, but if you say so, I guess there could be flames. Miss Swift, did you truly witness these so-called flames? Well, to tell you the truth, I didn't really see it with my own two eyes. On account of, I wasn't actually there at the time. If Mozilla had appeared, wouldn't you have noticed no matter where you were? Well, I was a ways off, and was using a slightly unusual recording method, so... Can you explain to me this recording method in more detail? Guess I just dug my own grave. The recording method. Truth is, I was aiming for a scoop, so I did me some wireless wiretapping. Wait a minute, wireless wiretapping? If there's no wires, how'd you tap them? Okay, please don't concern yourself with the semantics. She was simply intercepting wireless communications and listening in without permission. I've been spending the last few days scoping out the Grand Tower with my mentor. So you're investigating the black market auctions? In that case, you naturally would have tapped the immediate area surrounding the Grand Tower. You betcha. But right then and there, I hear an ear-shattering roar. Finally, Mozilla appears. My heart is pounding, I feel him drawing near. So everything except the sound is just her own personal impressions, right? In the end, it seems that you didn't actually see anything. Well, I reckon writing's more my thing. Anyways, as I continued tuning into the situation, little Miss K over there almost shattered my eardrums. Eavesdropping is for cowards, why don't you come out? Yeah, come out here and fight us fair and square. Whew! What was that sound just now? Yes, she fell on her ass. Right on her caboose. I see, Miss Swift. While you were eavesdropping, you were surprised by Kay's voice and fell over. In other words, you did not hear her voice directly. You heard it via the radio waves emitted by the bug, did you not? What? Then does that mean the one who planted the bug on me was... I was just eavesdropping. I'd never stoop to bugging nobody. Miss Swift, do you mind if we borrow that tape for a while? Ugh. Just do what you please already. So Nicole's tape recorder, recording of what was intercepted from the bug, was planted on care. Oh, that was planted on care. Oh, look who it is. Mr. Edgeworth. Regina and Simon. Mr. Keys, Miss Berry. Did you find him? Not yet. Just where could John be? John? Ah, no, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. They don't know anything about the kidnapping. Regarding Sebastian, we found him not too long ago. Really? That's great. Thank you so much. Now I won't be arrested again. Oh. Who's this? Is that Gumshoe? Wait a minute, is it Gumshoe? Oh, it's Gumshoe! Gummy, why are you running away? Detective Gumshoe? When Mr. Edgeworth gave up his prosecutor's badge, I just didn't know what to do. Detective Gumshoe, don't follow me. And then, I began to think. If Mr. Edgeworth isn't a prosecutor anymore, doesn't that mean I'm no longer a detective? Or does that mean I'm no longer a detective? But that's not true. Even without Mr. Edgeworth, I'm still a detective and investigating is my job. Detectives don't investigate just for the sake of prosecutors, pal. That's why, even if I'm on my own, I won't stop investigating. So you've been investigating by yourself? And perhaps, at that time, you should thank your former subordinate. He gave me some valuable information which may save Kay Faraday. Detective Gumshoe did? So, Jill Crane's autopsy report. I went to the detention centre to see how Kay was doing. That's when I heard. When you get to where I am, you can just create your own truths, anytime you want. Kay Faraday is the culprit. That was a truth that I simply manufactured out of thin air. 'Cause I'm an asshole. Good, very good. That face, that expression. You heard that conversation? That's right. And that's why I looked over the evidence again myself, sir. Gummy, that's amazing. So it was you who saved me. Okay, I'm really glad you got your memories back. Thank you. Do you get it now? I can investigate on my own. Gummy, don't run away. You've already proven that you can investigate on your own. After all, you saved me. Detective, I need your help. Currently, I'm not a prosecutor, nor am I much of anything else. Even so, I will pursue this case. I ask you not as a prosecutor, but as a friend. Detective Gumshoe, will you help us? Aww. Oh, wow. Ugh. Please, cut it out, sir. Gummy. Okay, I get it, pal. I can't bear to see Mr. Edgeworth bowing his head to me like this. Gummy! Thank you, Detective. What do you want? Pardon me, what do you want me to do, sir? Investigation! Detective Gumshoe, please tell me what you've found in your investigation so far. Roger, leave it to me, sir. I have 3 things to report. First up is about Kay's clothes that were sent to the crime lab. Traces of an extremely powerful sleeping drug called Sleepy ZZZ were found on them. So that means after Kay was drugged at God Lake, she was brought to the roof of the Grand Tower. That's right, sir. Now for item number 2. The footage from the security camera at the Grand Tower's elevator. The footage that captured President Huang and Judge Courtney going up to the roof. The elevator was generally the only way to get to the rooftop. And if the elevator was used, the person who used it would be caught on camera. Exactly. In other words, if you look over the footage from a couple of days ago, you should be able to see an unconscious Kay being carried up to the roof. Then Gummy, does that mean you... I checked out all the footage from before the incident 2 days ago and on fast forward. I see. And the results? Well, actually, nothing came up, sir. Kay never showed up on the tape at all. That was unexpected. I guess it won't be so easy. How was Kay brought up to the roof of the tower? I should take a moment to carefully consider the possibilities. Well then, let's hear your third and final report. Yes, sir. Last but not least, the most important thing to report. I'm so happy to be able to investigate with you again, Mr. Edgeworth. Gonna give it my all to arrest the culprit. That is all, sir. I apologise for putting you through so much, Detective. Or Detective Gumshoe. However, that was your most important report. It had nothing to do with the case at all. I would have preferred something that's actually useful. Ugh. That merciless attitude, that's the Mr. Edgeworth I know, sir. Hey! The kidnapping. A young boy has been kidnapped. I want you to help us search for him. Kidnapping, sir? The victim is a boy by the name of John Marsh. That kid with the horns? Yes, do you know about him? I saw that by myself, sir. Was that this morning? That's right, he came out of that trailer over there. And then... He walked towards the garbage pickup area. The garbage pickup area? It's right over there, pal. It's where all the trash from the Grand Tower's offices is collected. Doo-doo. I don't know what happened after that. Since I left the place around then, it seems we must investigate the garbage pickup area. In we go! Gummy said John headed toward the garbage pickup area. Indeed. There might be some traces of him left behind. Oh. This must be where he was nabbed. Seeming that way. This milk carton is... It's the one John was drinking out of. There's no mistake. Something must have happened to John here. Oh. Is that it? There's also a lock. Looks like the garbage pickup area is locked. It's probably to prevent people outside of the Grand Tower from disposing of their trash here. Garbage pickup at 11? The garbage pickup time is at 11 AM, so that's why there's no trash. When I looked here earlier, the place was overflowing with garbage there. Which means... Looks like today is the day when bulk waste is collected during the garbage pickup. Why didn't they take the milk carton? There really were a lot of bulky items placed here, pal. The garbage truck's compactor can crush any kind of garbage to dust. No, it seems in the case of bulk waste, it is transported as is, without being crushed. Huh. What do you know about how bulk waste is disposed of, Mr. Edgeworth? Maybe Mr. Shields, in order to accomplish his... Wait. In order to accomplish his Mr. Edgeworth acquisition plan, sent him something like a moving process instructional brochure. There are times when you're so sharp, it's scary. Although, they're few and far between. Combined with Detective Gumshoe's testimony, the chances are high that John was attacked at the garbage pickup area. John's milk carton was found here, likely the place he was attacked. Well, now I can logic. If it was here, there wouldn't be many witnesses. But why would John have come to a place like this? It would be natural to think that he came here to throw something away. We have no way of knowing since the garbage truck has already collected everything. Except for the carton. Which I just find very weird. Let's speak to these two. As expected of Mr. Edgeworth, how did you find him? Naturally, it was all thanks to his powers of logic and reasoning. Actually, it was just a coincidence. Oh, I can actually speak. Do I, or do I do logic? I'll logic first. Boom, 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 boom. Either way, so, garbage pickup area, cars that came through. We still have the 3 footprints, which we still have nothing, like no idea what the hell they're tied to. The only vehicles that came through the plaza this morning were the taxi and a blue truck. And Mr. DeBest was kidnapped in that taxi. Meanwhile, John was attacked in the garbage pickup area. And the garbage was collected from there at 11 AM. Got it, sir. The blue truck was actually... That's right. The blue truck that came through the plaza was a garbage truck. However, be that as it may, the officer who gave us this information made no mention that the blue truck was a garbage truck. Talk about careless. How could someone mistake a garbage truck for a normal truck? That's not it, Kay. Today was the day for the collection of bulk waste. I suspect it was a standard truck without a trash compactor that came by to collect the trash. John was taken away by this garbage truck. And where do garbage trucks go? To the dump, of course? Hold up. The culprit was disguised as a garbage collector, right? Then the truck was completely fake, too. How do we know they really went to the dump? No, the garbage truck should have been real. Eh? Why is that? That'll be made clear if you simply take a look at the garbage pickup area. Oh, it's locked. The garbage pickup area is locked. Ah, only a real garbage collector could have unlocked it to collect the trash. Precisely. We should assume that a genuine garbage truck was used. For example, the kidnapper could have put John into a large cardboard box. If the box was mixed in with the rest of the bulk waste, the garbage collector would have carried John away without even knowing it. Exactly. The culprit would then lie in wait at the garbage dump. And if they said, "I threw it away by mistake," the box would be returned to them. Any garbage dumps nearby? Let's see. Ah, there's two of them. Don Water Waste and... Don Waste Centre. So, which garbage dump was he taken to? So which garbage dump? John was likely taken to one of these two places. Which one was it? Could there be a hint in any of the information I hold? No. Right, now I'll speak with Simon. Search for Sebastian! I guess we weren't any help at all, were we? Don't be silly, of course you helped. Really, thanks a lot. Where were you guys searching, Simon? It was a bit far off, but we searched around the Sunshine Coliseum. Okay. The Sunshine Coliseum? So they were by the shore. Ooh. There are a lot of people at the event there, so I thought you might have gone as well. Oh, pardon me. An event? Sounds like fun. Is it a festival? I want to go too. It was a lot of fun. There were food stands, fireworks, and much more. Simon got worn out by all the people in the crowd pretty quickly, though. You didn't have to tell them. You didn't have to tell them that. It's settled. Once we wrap up this case, let's all go there. So events at the Coliseum. So food stands, fireworks at the Sunshine Coliseum. So the circus show. At any rate, I'm glad you were able to find him so quickly. Why is that? Truth is, our circus show is about to start soon. So, I didn't think we would have been able to help out with the search much longer. Sorry to burden you with this when you're also needed to prepare for your performance. No, it's okay. Please don't worry about it. After all, I also didn't want to get arrested again. I'm so relieved you were able to find him, Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah, but the warden still hasn't been declared guilty yet. What? So you're saying there's still a chance I might be arrested? No way. Okay, please don't tease him. Okay, I've done all that. Wait, so what do we have as logic? 3 footprints, events... We had an explosion and there were fireworks. Could it have been that? Just a real big firework. Going kaboom. Woo! Mr. Keys, didn't you say that there were fireworks at the Coliseum earlier? Huh? What about them? Were those fireworks set off during the day? Yeah. Even just while we were there, a bunch of them were set off. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? The explosion? That explosion sound we heard at the end of the kidnapper's phone call. Could very well have been the fireworks. Don't think you can get away with this. Yes, come and get me, I'll be looking forward to it. That is, if you can bring me to justice, but I highly doubt that. Boom. For the sound to have been picked up by the phone, it must have been fairly loud. So that means the culprit was near the Coliseum. The sound of the fireworks means the kidnapper was near the Sunshine Coliseum. Even so, I bet the fireworks could be heard in lots of places around the Coliseum. Indeed, it would be impossible for us to search the entire area by ourselves. If only we could have the police lend us a hand. Wait, I know! Right, so boom. So it's the dump near the Coliseum. Based on the explosion sound we heard from the kidnapper's phone, we know that John is being confined someplace in the vicinity of the Coliseum. One of the garbage dumps is right next to the Coliseum. Dawn Waste Centre. I keep wanting to call it Dawn Water. Dawn Water Waste. John was almost certainly taken there. In which case, the place he is being confined to must also be somewhere close by. Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir. Could I ask you to search the area around this garbage dump? You don't have to ask me like we're strangers, sir. It feels so distant. Please, just order me around like you'd normally do. Are you sure, Detective? Right now I'm not a prosecutor. Didn't I tell you, sir? Detectives don't just investigate for the sake of prosecutors. You have my thanks, Detective. It's weird, he wants to be ordered. Ah, Gumshoe, you're weird. Mr. Edgeworth, look, it's almost time. Oh, shit. Yes, it would be best if we hurry. They should be at their limit. Should also be at their limit. Detective Gumshoe, I'm counting on you. Leave it to me, sir. This may be an unofficial investigation, but I'll call in all of my pals from the station to help. I'll help too. Stealing John back is my job, after all. I'll be returning to the courtroom. I might be able to draw out some more time. Okay. Well then, even in the depths of night... the clock just struck 2. We have to hurry. Yes, sir. Ah, my introductions! With all the bird desk takes light. Oh, that's great. No, I just love the fact that she starts running and then just does the rest. Courtroom number 3. They're right at the end of it now. Oh, there's Blaze. Well, well, well. If it isn't former Prosecutor Edgeworth. Blaze the best. Witness, face forward. We're not done talking yet. Like I said, you see, why exactly would I have needed to help that person out, Your Honour? You know, it's a crying shame. Having a beautiful woman declared guilty. Honestly, it brings tears to my eyes. Wait, he's got his beard back. He burnt all of it off before. But you see, there's no reason for me to go out of my way to hide evidence just to save her. However, we still have the testimony of your son, Prosecutor De Best. He testified that he handed the evidence over to you. Well, I haven't the slightest clue what he was talking about. I simply can't imagine why Sebastian would have said something like that, you know? It was him that kept saying, you know and you see, I think. In which case, it definitely isn't him. So maybe there's somebody else that also says, you know and you see a lot. What if there's evidence that shows your connection with Warden Roland? And just what do you think you're doing, former Prosecutor Edgeworth? I was under the impression that you were no longer in any position to stand in court. Miles Edgeworth, how dare you barge into my prosecutor's bench? Francisca, I'm sorry. I need you to lend me the bench for a little while. What are you saying? Judge Courtney, I've brought vital evidence related to this case. Your Honour, please allow me to testify. She'd never allow it. Courtney Pye, Uncle Ray also asks that he be allowed to testify. There are no objections from the prosecution either, right? Understood. The prosecution also has no objections. There's no way you can allow something like this, you know? Such high-handed methods. Surely are enough to warrant being held in contempt of court, wouldn't you say, Courtney? As long as John is still in danger, Judge Courtney cannot rule against the Warden. I must convey to her somehow that the search for her son is progressing. Judge Courtney, I ask that you have faith in me and my assistant. Now that you mention it, where exactly is she? She is currently out searching for the most important piece of evidence. Ah, okay. It's a waste of time, there's no such evidence. Are you stalling for time? How disgraceful. Most important piece of evidence? Huh. Courtney Pye? I don't really know what that evidence is, but I think we should have faith in her. After all, even if she may not look like it, she's still the great thief Yatagarasu. Somehow it seems that Mr. Shields understands. Judge Courtney, we've already determined the general location of that evidence. It's only a matter of time before she steals the evidence back. Okay. I understand. Then I shall give you special permission to testify. Thank you, Your Honor. This is ridiculous. This vital evidence that you have found, please present it to the court. Blaise de Best and Patricia Rowland are somehow connected. Allow me to present the evidence that proves it. Oh man, this is like simplified court proceeding. Which piece of evidence shows the relationship between Patricia Rowland and Blaise de Best? It's the report. Yeah, the report on Knightley. So this document contains a detailed report regarding the interrogation of a certain man. A certain man? That man being the late Horace Knightley. And the one who interrogated him was the defendant in this trial, Patricia Rowland. So that means that was the interrogation where... That's right. Patricia Rowland murdered Knightley in the aftermath of the interrogation. And that very interrogation has been recorded in this written report. That definitely sounds like vital evidence. But, Miles Edgeworth, just now you referred to that document as a written report. Now just who in the world was that report written for? I thought you might ask that, Franziska. And that's precisely what is most important about this report. We found this document inside the safe in the storeroom on the 51st floor of the Grand Tower. The 51st floor? The storeroom for the black market auction. Indeed. And the conductor of the auction was you, Blaise de Best. You received a report about the victim from Warden Rowland. In the face of this evidence, can you still say you have no connection to this case? In regards to that, I refuse to answer. What? It has yet to be proven in court that I was the conductor of the black market auction. Oh? Have you already forgotten the events of this morning? I believe I had already proved it back then, did I not? I will not deny that I was bested by you, however, that was at the crime scene. Who knows if the results will be the same in court? An acquittal is still possible, you see. Until it's been proven in court that I am the conductor of the black market auctions, you can't prove that document was addressed to me. Your logic is twisted. That's not very nice, you know. My logic isn't twisted, is it? Courtney? Don't you feel the same way? It was quite unlike you to allow former Prosecutor Edgeworth's statement just now, you know? It saddens me, you see, that you would fail to uphold the law as a judge should. In fact, I'm so upset by this, I may have no other choice but to use my last resort, you know? Oh dear. It is as you say. Something that has not been proven in court does not merit any deliberation. I will have to overrule Mr. Edgeworth's claim. Fuck. As I thought, until John has been rescued. You see, the truth at the scene and the truth in the courtroom are two very different things. So you're saying the truth can be distorted in court as long as it's for your sake? What a horrible thing to say. I'm not distorting the truth or anything like that, you know? If a not guilty verdict is handed down, then that becomes the truth. That's all it is, you see? It's useless. There's nothing we can do unless the missing evidence turns up. Now then, Courtney, why don't you deliver a not guilty verdict and let's get this over with? After all, that evidence isn't gonna show up anytime soon, you know? Sebastian! Who raised an objection just now? Ooh! Pops! Sebastian? Why did you come back here, now of all times? Sebastian, what is the meaning of this? Just where were you, and what have you been doing since you abandoned your own trial? I'm sorry, I was, such an act is unbecoming of a prosecutor, you should be ashamed. Well... Sebastian, I still don't get it, you know? This court has no place for a snivelling child such as yourself. Pops, Wait. I've come to present new evidence, Your Honor. So, Please. Let me take my place back at the prosecutor's bench. Sebastian. I didn't think he would come back. Fucking Jesus. What's all this now, Sebastian? You don't seem at all like your normal self. Ugh, Pops. Come now, what's the matter? You want Daddy to play with you? Is that it? Well then, why don't we just head on back home? Return to the witness stand. What's wrong? You're shaking like a leaf. Your Honor, the prosecutor officially in charge of this case has just arrived with new evidence. The trial is still in session. In light of this, shouldn't we continue with the proceedings? It's like a fucking seal. Naturally, the defense has no objections, Your Honor. I'm sure the defense attorney originally in charge would say the same. The prosecution has no objections either, Your Honor. I like the music. Continue with the proceedings. That won't be necessary. Isn't that right, Courtney? But I still believe that he was the one who kidnapped John. As long as John still hasn't been found, Judge Courtney will remain bound by Blaze, and nothing else will change that. Oh dear. Objection? Oh, it's the phone. Courtney's phone. That sound is... her cell phone. My phone as well? Eh? Uncle Ray's phone is also. What the fuck? Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Shields! Oh. Hey! Oh, and John was calling Courtney. We found John, sir. We rescued John. Excellent work, Detective. That kid was the most important piece of evidence, right? Way to go, Kay. I wanted to spread the word quickly, so I had everyone call. Alright. Judge Courtney, it's for you. Yes, I see. I'm so glad you're safe. Make sure you properly thank everyone, okay? Be careful, and come home safe. Aww. And now... perfect. Let us resume the proceedings. Now that I may once again swing my gavel to my heart's content. Huh. You're kidding, right? This is just a sad joke, you know? Oh my god, this goes on forever. Witness, this is no joke. Please return to the stand. Prosecutor DeBest as well. Promptly return to your seat at the prosecutor's bench. Yes, Your Honor. Hey! Side by side. With Sebastian. There's 3 of us now. Jesus. Sebastian DeBest. Yes, Miss Von Karma? I'll leave the rest to you. Huh? Going up against your own father. It won't be easy. I shall observe how things pan out. From the gallery. Aw. Wow. Francisca's matured. Now then, allow me to ask once more. Is the prosecution ready? Prosecutor DeBest. What is this new evidence you wish to present? The missing knife and chisel, Your Honor. You mean they've finally been found? Holy shit. Prosecutor DeBest, is this true? The knife and chisel? Oh, I wasn't able to find them. I searched and searched, I really did, but it was already too late. Too late? What do you mean? I remembered. This morning when I passed by Pops in the garage at home. He was holding something wrapped in a newspaper. Pops, where are you going? Ah, Sebastian. Just taking out some trash. At that moment I heard it. The faint sound of a bell. Could that sound have been by any chance? The bell attached to Dogan's chisel. In other words, you're saying that the witness threw away the evidence. I searched for it, but I didn't make it in time. I'm sorry. Where exactly did you search for it? The garbage dump. Oh wow. I went to the garbage dump and searched everywhere. I thought the evidence Popstar Away had to be there. Isn't that Sebastian? What are you doing here? Whoa! He ignored us. So at that time he had gone to the garbage dump. But... this was all I could find. It smells rather peculiar. Now that you mention it, there's kind of a funky smell coming from you as well. What do you expect? I was digging through garbage. Well, what of the knife? I think it's buried somewhere in that giant mountain of trash. I couldn't find it by myself. I understand. I shall accept this into evidence. Well done, Sebastian. You never betray my expectations, you know? You searched so desperately through the garbage, and that's all you have to show for it. Oh, what a tearjerker. I'm tearing up already. It's a bit too early for tears, don't you think? We haven't examined the evidence properly yet. I think it's just a pointless waste of time, you know? I'm counting on you, Sebastian. Miles. Show him the truth. Can be exposed in court and take him down. Mr. Shields is backing us up. Now all we need is a breakthrough. Prosecutor to best, let's take a closer look at the evidence. Right. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, side by side. Let's have a look inside. It'd be great if we could find some kind of proof. This is the bell that was attached to Dogan's chisel. Are there any traces left behind on it? Ah, it's no good. There's not even a single smudge on it. What did you find, Prosecutor to best? Did you even find anything? Darn it. Of course you'd find nothing. Something like that can't be called evidence, you know? All it is trash. It may be sad, but that's the truth, you see. Were Sebastian's efforts all for naught? Indeed, this bell does not seem to be valid evidence. However... Mr. Edgeworth, are you really giving up? Calm as always, Edgeworth. Quite unlike Sebastian there. Well then, is the prosecution finished with its argument? Justine, not yet. We're not through yet. There's still something we haven't examined. You're still not giving up? Struggling in vain's not cute at all, you know. It seems Sebastian hasn't given up yet either. I'm just thinking the exact same thing. The last item remaining... Is it trash or is it evidence? If we don't examine it, we'll never find out. The item I'm thinking of is... the newspaper. We're still not done examining the newspaper that the bell was wrapped up in, or wrapped in. It seems that Sebastian has the same idea as I do. Wow, this is just wonderful, you know? So wonderful it's to cry for. Is it desperation or simply reckless abandon? Are you really going to pin all your hopes on a worthless scrap of newspaper? We won't know for sure whether or not it's worthless until we examine it, will we? Sebastian, let's examine it post-haste. Wait, we're examining it again? Okay. Oh! Of course. A massive handprint, and it says death. The gloves. Is this a handprint? There's something greasy on here too. Is it oil? Judge Courtney, we'd like to request a fingerprint analysis on this paper. Would you please summon someone from forensics? Your request is accepted. Contact the lab at once. Reporting. These are definitely fingerprints. However, it's from a glove. What? Yeah, we knew this. It's fairly obvious. Didn't I tell you, it's nothing but a worthless scrap of paper. Just think about it, you know, when handling important evidence. What kind of idiot wouldn't use gloves? Oh wait, wouldn't that be you? The idiot who doesn't know when to give up. It's pretty harsh, talking to your son like that. What's wrong with calling an idiot an idiot? If you want to be the best, you have to be heartless. I have no compassion for worthless individuals, not even my own son. Pops, You know, you've always called yourself a genius prosecutor, haven't you? Didn't I explain to you this morning why you were a genius up until now? That's right. It was all because of me. Because of my authority. You were always being protected by people like Courtney and me. Ugh. Poor guy. Now get that stinking face of yours out of my sight. Stinking? You know, now that I think about it, that stench might just suit you perfectly. Just keep it away from my nose, or my eyes will start watering. Oh, he ain't taking it. Wrong. You're wrong, Pops. Sebastian? What are you talking about? You're the one who stinks, Pops. It's you, not me. What? You haven't noticed, have you? You smell. Oh, really? You smell, Pops? So much that you can't even hide it. Mr. Edgeworth, try smelling the handprint on the newspaper. The smell? It smells like oil. I know something that smells just like it. Come to think of it, back then, it smells like motor oil. Maintaining that motorcycle must be Blaze's hobby. That's right, the smell proves it. It proves that the culprit who hid the evidence was... It's no good. I guess I can't become the best after all. I'm too soft. I could never be so heartless. Huh. I can't bring down my father with my own hands. Prosecutor the best. I'll help. Summon your courage. Become a different prosecutor from your father. Wasn't that what you decided? We are prosecutors, and as prosecutors we stand in the courtrooms. In that case, isn't our duty to shed light on the truth? Exposing crimes and bringing criminals to justice. Even if the criminal is your own father. That is your duty as a prosecutor. Yay! Have we put him on the right path? Didn't I promise you? That if you have the courage to stand up, I will show you the way. If you cannot do it alone, then we shall do it together. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Hey! Allow me to present the evidence that connects this handprint with my father. Yeah! Very nice. This is the smell of motor oil. The kind used for maintaining motorcycles. Both myself and Mr. Edgeworth have smelled this exact same smell before. Blaze the best. It was in your garage. Wouldn't you say these fingerprints have a rather peculiar shape? The 5 letters that spelled out death. It's exactly the same as your own gloves. You can buy gloves like that from anywhere. It doesn't prove a thing. Oh, one of them does. Is that really the case? That's not the only thing that these two pieces of evidence have in common. The fingerprint on the newspaper that was used to wrap up the bell. And Blaze's mechanic's gloves. This is the unmistakable similarity they both share. The A button. Whoop. If you examine the imprint left by the letter A, you'll see it's unmistakable, or unmistakably from this glove. What? And that's not all. There is one more item we must take note of, namely these dirt stains. I suggest we do a comparative analysis of the dirt stains from the newspaper and the glove. If the contents match up, Then it will prove the decisive evidence, or to be decisive evidence. Bailiff, please have these dirt samples sent to forensics for analysis immediately. Edgeworth, Sebastian! You lowly prosecutors! You have any idea who I am? A criminal. Pops, you can't run away anymore. It's been proven in court that you concealed the evidence, and that you tried to cover for the defendant. You're saying that I'm guilty? That I'll be sent to prison? Me, Blaze the Best? A couple of snot-nosed punks are gonna make me disappear? There must be some mistake. Be a man and admit your crimes. Do you really think you can survive if I'm not around? I'll be fine now. I thought I wanted to become the best prosecutor so I could get your approval, Pops. But when I was kidnapped by your men and stuck in that dark room, I started thinking, I am truly powerless. I despaired and averted my eyes from the truth. But someone else showed me the way. At that moment, Mr. Edgeworth stepped in and showed me the way. And now, I am no longer just a child chasing after his father's approval. I've become capable. I can find evidence all on my own now. What? My men kidnapped you? Why were you? Pops, I'll show you the truth you never knew, through this trial. How dare you speak to me like that? You should have just stayed as an idiot's son. You may have hated me to the very end, Pops. But I've always looked up to you. Damn. This is just like Sebastian's character development arc. Thank you for everything and up until now, and goodbye. Since when did all you've ever been able to do was depend on me? Oh man. Sebastian! Has he lost his beard again? And all his hair. Well? Huh. Alright. It has been established that the evidence was concealed by Blaze the Best himself. A judgment regarding his concealment of evidence shall be delivered at a separate trial. The missing chisel and knife still have yet to be found. However, once a search of the waste disposal site is underway, they will surely be discovered. The knife will be found? What will happen to me if it's found? No need to worry. You'll simply receive the punishment you deserve for your crime. Punishment? For me? Blaze, what in the world were you doing? You... After all your boasting about being able to create your own truths and not guilty verdicts. That's why I contacted you immediately after the prison incident in the first place. And to make matters worse, you even kidnapped the wrong kid. I just can't believe this. You really, really, really are completely useless. That was certainly a violent outburst. But you heard her, Prosecutor the Best. Yeah, she got flustered and said a bunch of important stuff. Right? Indeed, that's correct. He still doesn't seem very sure of himself. Very well, with that, this court is adjourned. Oh! That was Lang. What? Huh? Who are you? I'm Lang Z, bitches. I do like his theme. Judge Courtney, it's still too early for a happy ending. Lang Z says that the end of the trial is not always the end of the case. And who might you be? Shifu. The name's Shilong Lang. I'm just a humble... I called him Lang Z, didn't I? I think I did. Whatever. I'm just a humble lone investigator. Do you have some objection with this trial? Huh, not a chance. The defendant there has a heart as black as a moonless night. Lang, don't tell me you're the one from 12 years ago. You got it. Ain't this nice? Now you're finally going to prison, where you belong. 12 years is a long time, coming for a suspended sentence. Don't you agree? Agent Lang, what are you talking about? The SS fucked me as always. The SS5 incident from 12 years ago, it's a case I'll never forget. 12 years ago? Why do they always have these incidents, and they're always from like over 10 years ago. What is... I don't get it, it's such a common theme. Well, a lot's changed, it all happened over 12 years ago. Back then, he and my father were close friends, and our clan protected the president's life. But then, he suddenly changed. It's as if he became an entirely different person. Maybe he's being threatened. Nowadays... pardon me. Nowadays, he doesn't even have a shred of faith in the police force of Zhengfa. 12 years ago. I wonder what happened on them. On them? Oh, I can't read. I wonder what went on them. Might it have something to do with Lang's father and President Wang? Patricia Rowland and you blazed the best. Back then, the two of you killed off the Lang clan. Oh! Were you involved in the incident 12 years ago? That's right, I was. However, I'm not here to chase after the ghosts of the past. I'm here for you, Justine Courtney. Me? Oh yeah, he thinks she's the one that did it. You and one other. Oh. John! Miss Courtney, you're coming along too. There's a suspect... Well, I can't read. There's a suspect in the murder of the president of Zhengfa, Di Yong Huang. Agent Lang, what evidence do you... Settle down, Mr. Prosecutor. The investigation has only just begun. We're going to inspect the crime scene with the suspects in attendance. Agent Lang, did he get his hands on some new piece of evidence? If you have any objections, then you can tag along as well. I shall do just that. Alright. The end of the trial is not always the end of the case. There are still many mysteries yet unsolved surrounding the murder of the president. Namely, the true nature of the giant monster, and... who killed him? Oh yeah, and the kidnapper. And come and get me, I'll be looking forward to it. That is, if you can bring me to justice. But I highly doubt that. Yeah, the true identity of the person on the other end of the phone. Oh boy. So he continues. Oh, shitbags. That was a fuck ton longer than I thought it would be. It took 2 hours and 45 minutes, so 160 minutes to get through. Oh my god, ridiculous. It's looking like all of them, like every chapter, if you can call them chapters, is gonna go on for this long. For like the rest? Maybe not. Middle part 2 doesn't seem like it'll take all that long. So next session might just be two chapters. This one took such a fucking long time though. Although how big? Yeah. I mean, if you look at the sidebar for it, it's huge. Anyway, getting distracted. Yes, save. Either way, middle part 1 is what we're on now. Nice. Yeah, either way, that is going to be the end of this session. Thank you so much for watching. I keep clicking away. Crap. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. And until next time, take care.